Hello and welcome back to the YieldMax 100 Share Challenge. This series is to track what would happen if we had purchased 100 shares of each of the group A, B, C, and D YieldMax ETFs starting in mid-December of 2024. We are to Group B, which paid this week, and this is our fourth payment of Group B. So let's see how we have done overall. We have Babo, we're up to 119.54 shares. The average price is $17.59 and the current price is up to $19.85, and as you can see, we are positive. Its dividend payment this month was 76 cents, which gives us a yield on cost of 51.69. Our current yield is 45.81. CVNY is Group C, so I'll have to fix that. DIPS is at 118.97 shares. 12.77 is the average price. 12.46 is the current, so that one's pretty close. Let's see what his dividends have been doing. 59 cents. 55 yield on cost. 56.35 current yield. FBY is we're at 111.89 shares. 19.27 average price. Current price is down to 16.20. As you can see, we're down slightly. It's dividend of 55 cents, which puts us at a 40.81 yield on cost and a 48.55 current yield. GDXY, we're at 114.08 shares. 14.61 average price. Current price is 15.93. As you can see, we're positive. Always a good sign. And that's considering we just paid the 64-cent dividend and it's still positive, so that's good. 52.51 on cost. Current yield is 48.17. JPMO, we're up to 109.6 shares. Its average price is 18.14 and it's dropped to 16.10 current. So you can see we're a little bit in the red. Dividend of 37 cents, which is a 25.28 yield on cost and a 28.49 current yield. Morrow, 127.4 shares. The average price is 38.48 and the current price is way down to 21.27. As you can see, we're taking a pretty solid hit on that one. We did pay $1.48, which is a 46.11% yield. Current yield is 83.4. That's because it got a good payment and the price is down. Our MRNY, we're up to 127.1 shares. The average price is 4.83. The current price is $3. I want to take a look at, okay, you see it's started up and it's kind of flattened out, but then it took this little dip right here. That's the payment. So hopefully it does like this and it just goes up and down at its current price and pays a dividend, because that down at $3, there's not much you can do with that. So it did pay a dividend of 18 cents, which is still 106.99 on yield on cost and 172.11 current yield. So its yield is high. Unfortunately, it's just losing its value overall. NVIDIA is up to 123.88 shares. 18.61 is the average price we have paid for those shares, and its current price is 15.49. And it did pay a dividend of 79 cents. It's got a decent yield on cost at 87.42 and a really nice 105.06 current yield. So it's yielding high against its current price, but we have lost considerably on initial price to now. PLPY, 131.75 shares. Average price of 70.51. Look at that. And the current price is way down to 57.95. But it has paid decent dividends, so that protects a little of that downside. As you can see, it paid $5.33 this month. We're still at a 90.64 yield on cost and over 100%. We're at 110.28 current yield. So it's got a nice yield. It's just that the depletion in cost is concerning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do more on the Google Sheets today. So we're going to start with Babo. I was told to make these numbers bigger, so hopefully this comes out. Do me a favor in the comments. Tell me if you can read these okay. So as you can see, we started with, here's our 100 shares. We went 102, 105, 115, and 119. And we had this big jump because we had that big payment of 191. Here's this payment. We have made $382.51 in dividend payments with dividend reinvestment, which is 22.23 return on our initial investment. If you took it as just cash payments and left it at 100 shares and you're paying dividend on 100 shares per month, you would have made $359.61 total. So this isn't a bad one if you were going to say get your tax return and you got a couple $1,000s and you bought 100 shares. You would have been able to make an additional payment of, say you had credit cards you're trying to pay off. This could be your debt accelerator if you're using the debt snowball method. That's, obviously if you'd got his lump sum payment. You could also start that now, and that would help you out because this one has made you $651 in total investment so far. So Babo's doing good. Check out Dips. As you can see, on Dips, the price per share is only down 40 cents. So we are positive overall. Here's our investment value. And on the dividend tracker, it averages the dividend reinvestment cost at the higher stock price or as the lower. So you can see as it drops, it's buying these shares. So you're getting more shares at a lower price. And if you add that all up, you are positive on Dips also. Dips is paid right steady in the 50-cent range. So you can see your payments are good. With DRIP, we're up to $232 made. And we're at $217 if you didn't put that in. So you have an 18% return of your value with DRIP versus 16.91. And as we get further into these numbers will start to separate more and more. And we'll be able to really track the value of the two methods of investing. This would also be a decent one if you were using a simple $1,300 investment to make, say, your debt snowball payment. You're going to be $50 a month over. So that's a nice chunk if you somehow managed to have a windfall of $1,300. FBY is down $317 in share price and down $124.38 overall. As you can see, the dividends 40, 60, 47, 55. So that's not a bad range of dividends. You're looking the $40 to $60 a month payment. We're at $11.34 with DRIP and $10.90 without. Still not a bad return for this. And hopefully over time, if the value stabilizes, obviously that's the whole market in general needs to stabilize a little bit right now, you can see that you will eventually recap this and this will start to grow again. GDXY, look at that. Winner, winner. We're up to 114 shares. Our share price is up $1.39, and we are at $363.29. And what have our dividend payments been? 30. It's had some good ones. It had this 30 that was low, but then we had 50, 40, and 60. So we're up to 14.28% return on investment, and without 13.56. So that's pretty good. JPMO, we are at 1610, down from our original of 18, so down 207. We're only down $52.44. So our dividends have been protecting some of that loss. What have our dividends been? We had these two small ones, 30, 20. We had a nice one at 60, but then it's back down to 37. So we are only up to 9.44% return with and 9.14% without. You can see with the small dividends, these two numbers stay closer together. Mero, look at that, 1951 in the negative for share price. That's where that one's killing us. We've lost 1368.20 in total investment value. That's with reinvestments. We are at DRIP 1949 return on our original investment and 1847. MRNY, we're down 212 per share, and we're down to 130 on overall. With 19.8% return of our initial investment and 1831. So those two numbers aren't bad. In 4 months, you're almost 20%. NVDY. So the good thing is we're up to 123 shares. The bad thing is it did drop from 2408 down to 1549. So we've lost $8.59 a share, but our only loss in dollar value was $4.89. So the dividends have been nice, especially this one right here. Last month was the 116 or 161. We are at 78, 74. So that one was a $92 return. We are at 18.4 on our initial investment and 17.4 on our initial investment. Plady, look at this one. Even though we have lost $15.26 in share value, we are actually positive because of these sweet dividend payments. The last one was $5.32, rounded up to 33 cents. We got a $642 payment. So we are up to $26.85. So this one is paying a large percentage of its value that it's losing back in the share form of dividends. And if we did no drip, you can see the difference in payment of $642 to $532. Those two are starting to separate quickly because of the higher dividend payment. But still, $24.32 on your house money with no drip. So that's our recap of Group B. Group C is next Friday. Let's see, Wednesday will be Declaration Day. So let's see how we're doing. We have a market value of 13,134, a cost basis of 15, so we are down overall. And who is doing good and who is doing bad? As you can tell, Fiat is doing really good. We have 125 shares we're going to get paid dividends on, and we are positive return overall because the current price is above our average price. Who else? CVNY, that one should have a dividend payment. And we are at it. We entered it at 35.44, so this one is strictly stock price increase. So when that pays, that'll have some information. ABNY is average price of $15.09 and stock price is down to $12.48. Is anyone else close? AMDY is not bad. It's 111 shares. We're at 11.08, down to 769, but we still have a 348 only. That's our only negative. So that one's not terrible. These are all looks to be in the middle. They're nothing super high, nothing super low. Excuse me, water time. Apologies. So that's next week, Group C. The weeklies are probably in the red as always. Yep. So these weeklies are not doing well. As you can see, we're not getting a lot of shares built up, and the prices all keep dropping. So those weeklies, I don't know what they're going to do with those, but we'll see. But that was the Group B recap. I want to thank you for joining me. If you could do me a huge favor, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're so inclined, go ahead and subscribe. And we'll see you Thursday, Friday-ish with the dividend declaration, and next weekend with a complete recap. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a great week.